So one of the things that you may be thinking is why this man is late. So I'm sorry for being late, but I'm late everywhere. So I did not make any exception here. My mom said that this fellow was born 1 month late, and since then he has been late everywhere. But of course, you don't have to have that habit. In fact, यहाँ बैठ के जैसे शायद आप मेरे बारे में सोच रहे हो कि नहीं पता नहीं, लेकिन मैं आपके बारे में सोच रहा हूँ. मैं यहाँ बैठ के सोच रहा हूँ कि आप लोग, what are the thoughts going on in your mind? ये तो तुम यहाँ पे सबसे पहले तुम खुद बैठ गए या तुम बिठाए? तुम जल्दी से आके बैठ गए. ऐसे लोग बहुत बदनाम होते हैं स्कूल में, सबसे आगे के लाइन में बैठ जाते हैं दौड़ दौड़ के. Okay, so the thing is that while I'm sure you may be thinking कि पता नहीं कौन होगा, पता नहीं क्या बोलेगा, बोलने में कुछ दम होगा कि नहीं, कोई सोच रहा होगा 2 घंटे कैसे निकलेंगे, फिर आपस में बोल रहा है ठीक है, it is better than a chemistry lecture. See, your base condition is this. Your base condition is that this is better than that. Whatever that is. That could be chemistry, that could be Mendeleev's periodic table or DNA, RNA. ऐसे कुछ बात है. 11. So you are thinking ठीक है यार 2 घंटे निकालने कैसे? अगर आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि 2 घंटे कैसे निकालने, तो मैं भी वही सोच रहा हूँ. There is only one difference. There is only one difference. आप लोगों को 2 घंटे किसी तरह से निकालने हैं. आपका चैलेंज है कि आपको सोना नहीं है, और सो तो पकड़े नहीं जाते. एक्चुअली सोने में कोई तकलीफ नहीं है, पकड़े नहीं जाते. माय प्रॉब्लम इज 2 घंटे में मौत नहीं आनी चाहिए मेरी इतने सारे लोगों को देख के. आउट ऑफ नर्वसनेस इतने सारे लोगों के सामने मैं क्या बोलूँगा. और मेरे को ज़्यादा इन लोगों से ज़्यादा डर है, क्योंकि ये लोग क्या है ना, वो जो रोड नंबर 19 है उसके पीछे रोड नंबर 20 वाली जो है उसकी ऐसे करके छोटी खींची हुई मुझे पता नहीं चलेगी. तो वहाँ क्या शिकायत मेरे को पता नहीं चलेगा, और आखिर में क्या होगा मुझे पता नहीं. थैंक यू, एटलीस्ट देयर आर टीचर्स देयर हु विल टेक केयर ऑफ मी. So first thing is that I agree with your emotional point of view, but और आपको लग रहा है कि यार जल्दी से कर दो पॉइंट, क्योंकि हमारे इंडिया में ना सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है जल्दबाजी. सबको लगता है ओके जल्दी से बताओ लिखना क्या है, कुछ पॉइंट बताओ. पढ़िए तुम्हारा पॉइंट तो पता है ना. पहले पॉइंट में ये पता है कि बस I challenge to make you so you don't sleep and तुम्हारे लिए and for my this thing is the 2 hours यहाँ से इज्जत खराब नहीं होनी चाहिए टूर्नामेंट में सामने जैसा your own mind, which is influenced by the school and everything is like jaldi karo, jaldi karo. That is affecting me, that is affecting my family, that is affecting your teachers. We are all in a big hurry. One. Second, we are all in a hurry to accumulate things. Two. And these two things together are the biggest problems when it comes to public speaking. Now you will say, this fellow is an expert in public speaking. No. I am married. I cannot speak. If you got the joke, thank you. अगर मैं थोड़ी देर चुप हो जाऊँ और मैं ऐसा इशारा करूँ ना ऐसा, तो समझ जाना आपको हंसना समझ में नहीं आएगा। So I am not an expert in public speaking, but I am an expert in behazbazi. How many of you are experts in behazbazi? How? How many of you are science students as well? Is that all? Okay, fine. So, when I am an expert in behazbazi, what that basically means is, मेरे माइंड में एक कॉन्सेप्ट है, वो कॉन्सेप्ट मैं तुमको कन्विंस करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. It is a matter of my mind trying to convince something to your mind. Using my words, और जब words में समझ में नहीं आता, तो using my expressions. मैं जब वो बोल रहा हूँ तो समझ में नहीं आती. My shoulder is also moving, and she's like, "कितने को समझ में बुद्धू है क्या?" I have become an expert in magazmari. That is, I use my brain and I use my tongue, and sometimes I use the intonation of my voice to convey something to your mind. That is why we have become experts in behazbazi. How many of you, and I am one, because मेरे साथ रोज होता है, इसलिए मैं बोलता हूँ हाँ कि मेरे को बोलना कितना उचित है वो मुझे पता है. मैं बहस मतलब मेरे को माइंड में क्लैरिटी है बिल्कुल. लेकिन या तो मैं गलत लेडी से शादी करी या उससे गलत आदमी से शादी करी, वो अभी तक क्यों नहीं हुआ. लेकिन अब 30 साल हो गए और सोच रहे कि छोड़ दो, अब बातें देखेंगे अगले तरफ. After doing 30 minutes of behazbazi, I come back unconvinced and the other person comes back hurt. You know what I'm saying? After trying lots, and you will say, what is the relation of public speaking? I don't know, Nakul Khanna. Nakul Khanna ko chup kya. After doing a lot of this mental convincing of 30 minutes, in which after some time, what's your name? Tirtha. After explaining subject to Tirtha, that Indians are the best in the world for 30 minutes, I will think that suddenly Tirtha will have a bulb which will light and she says, yeah, you are right. ऐसा मेरी जिंदगी में आज तक नहीं. After some time, Tirtha is looking at me and she's like, you are ill-behaved. I said, I thought you were supposed to say I'm intelligent. I was supposed to say कि सर को कितना बताया, उसको अभी तक याद है. What was that? I said, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. How is it? What is the first planet? Mercury. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Neptune, Jupiter, Saturn, Venus. Wow, he knows. And Pluto? I don't know about Pluto. Why you don't know Pluto? Pluto, we still don't know if it's a planet or not. Pluto doesn't have an identity even now. So Tirtha said, wow, this guy knows a lot. ऐसा कभी नहीं. Tirtha will come and say, बहुत knowledge है. And in this 1 minute, what I said comes to the core of human communication. The core of human communication is that I am using my brain and I am using my language to convince you. But what I should have done is I should have used my heart and my ears. But I am so convinced in her head, telling her that these are the facts I know. And her door is closed. She's not listening. You know what I'm saying? Same thing happens with your mom and dad. Same thing happens between your mom and dad. Same thing happens with your dad and your dadaji. But you people have found a way. And the way is that you started to kind of ignore us. I mean, not in a bad way. But you know, if my wife says something, my son says, "Mommy, you won't get it." That kind of gap. So the gap is between the mind trying to convey to the mind instead of the heart trying to understand the job. Is it possible? I think so. How do I do it? I don't know. I'm trying to learn. In all of this, somewhere comes public speaking. And when I speak the word public speaking, I'm not actually interested so much in public speaking because I don't know if you understand the difference between an introversion and an extroversion, or have you heard these words? Introverts are those people who are not comfortable around other people. And extroverts are those people who love to be with people. Introverts are those people जिसको किताब लेके लाइब्रेरी में बैठा दो या पेड़ के नीचे बैठा दो पूरे दिन बैठा रहेगा. How many of you are introverts? I am one. I just want to see how many of you are introverts. कि मेरे को अकेले छोड़ दो चुपचाप बैठे. क्या? So obviously nobody is a complete introvert and nobody is a complete extrovert. So first thing is that when we talk about public speaking, when we talk about public speaking, it means कि एक आदमी स्टेज पे खड़ा होकर बहुत सारे लोगों को बोल रहा है कि पब्लिक सुन रही है. But before that we come to a basic act of communication, and we are not using the written word for communication because written word के लिए जो भी हमें communication करना पड़ता है वो एक अलग story है. The written word communication is a different story. अगर मैंने उनको मेल लिखा अपने स्कूल को कि how many students will be there, और लोगों ने बोला at most 200 students. I think the school example is wrong, but still at most 200 students. मैं वहाँ पे गया तो 4 लोग हैं. तो उन्होंने क्या आपने बोला था? तो बोलता देखो मेल में क्या लिखा है? आपने बोला how many students लगा? हमने बोला at most सबसे ज़्यादा. ये रिटन कम्युनिकेशन की बात है. तो बोलता है मैं कोर्ट में जाऊँगा, तो बोलता कोर्ट में भी चले जाओ, इस कोर्ट में लिखा तो है, आपने पढ़ा ही नहीं. This is written communication, we are not following. Now we are talking about spoken communication. Okay? So I said 2-3 things already. I said we have this जल्दबाजी जैसे आपको होगा कि यार कुछ बस अब हो गया. Now this read is over. Give me another read. So I already said that we are in a hurry to speak a lot, or our mind is in a hurry. जल्दबाजी हमको बहुत है और हम लोग बहुत सारी चीजें इकट्ठे करने की आदत है और उसमें उसको कहाँ एडजस्ट करें वो हमको पता नहीं. लेकिन इतना लग रहा है कि बहुत सारी चीजें इकट्ठी कर लो बस पहले, उसके बाद देखेंगे क्या करना. पहले अपना घर भर. और वो जो लालच है ये वो लालच है जिस कारण से खूब सारे लोग सब्जेक्ट्स भी लेते हैं, which is good actually. And then coming to that, from that we said that we are focusing too much on the mind and not enough heart. That's the next thing. We are trying to convince other people. We are trying to educate other people. But the other people, the window is closed. For the past 10-15 minutes, what I was trying to do is just to open your mind so that you start kind of, if not like me, don't hate me. Because if you don't, my first objective here, whenever you go to public speaking, is to make sure that सामने वाला बंदा आपको पसंद करे. Impress होने वाला पसंद. अगर मैं आपको बिल्कुल येलो टाई, बढ़िया सी ब्लैक शर्ट पहन के, बिल्कुल गुची वाला बढ़िया सी घड़ी पहन के आओ, सारा बहुत सारा. My work is first to make sure that you like. Only then your ears will open. Only then your mind will open. I'm not yet talking about going to the stage and speaking, but will happen. Now I come to the stage of experience. explaining things to the other person, and we try to start that process. Okay? Let us just let us talk about the structure of the atom. Somebody knows the structure of the atom? Right? Who can come here and explain? Structure of the atom. Okay. How many of you can come here and give a small introduction on the scene at a garden? Choda sa garden. I have given you 2 options and I have put you. Either you say I'll come, otherwise I'll call you. Let's call the ladies, isn't it? That's why. Because the ladies they speak better than men. See now they know. How many of you will come in to explain the scene at a garden? Now, some of these people are saying, आपके अंदर का काला दिमाग है, वो सोचा नहीं देगी. You know, some wicked part of you wants her to fail. You will not acknowledge it, but you say, now this will be fun. It's not going to be fun. What do you say? Okay, let's do this. Right. Oh, did I meet you sometimes? Yeah, okay. So wait. Before she starts, is she in the right place? No. You should be a little at the back. Not so bad. You should be here. Somewhere here. So that somewhere here, so that the voice feel a little bit more. Now she's standing there. If you stand here, she's like, Yari, give you that. Okay. Now you look at your first. वो सबसे छुपा हुआ है. Then you look that side. That गोरी वाली लड़की जो है. The beauty of the human eye is, यहाँ बैठ के we are able to feel the expressions of everything. Right? Now you begin. And now I will do my favorite technique. Criticizing others. वो आप भी कर सकते हैं. So what which are you going to do?
About the scene at the garden.
Okay.
So I went to this garden last week with my grandparents and my sibling, where I saw little kids swinging. Some of them were riding their bicycles. I saw a woman with headphones on. She was walking her dog. And there were various trees. I saw a chestnut tree, and it was the time of sunset, so I could see various birds. That's what I saw at the garden.
Right. Okay, now let's take this as an example. Let me, before I go to that example, what is your name? Akshara. और उसके बाद आपको पता होगा. There was this tiny little ant called Akshara. She was climbing up a green leaf. And while she was eating the green leaf, her mom Aishwarya said, "Do you know what you're eating? You'll become fat." He says, "Mom, this is vegetarian. I'm just nibbling at a leaf." She says, "Do you know what it is?" He says, "This is green. It must be chlorophyll." Aishwarya said, "Wow, Akshara, you know a lot. Tell me more about chlorophyll." She says, "Mom, I don't know much about chlorophyll, except that it my tiny little fangs and I put them under a microscope, the person, Akshay, who is looking inside the microscope will first be scared. Oh, there is an ant in the microscope. But then I'll quickly go away and I will leave the leaf there. And slowly Akshay will focus on the leaf. And if the microscope is good enough, he'll probably be able to see the structure of what is there inside. Oh, I'm told that each of these things that we are eating, whether it is chola bhatura or the sleep, all of them are made up of tiny little things. What is this called? It's called a molecule. Shut up. It's not a molecule. Something small. Oh yeah. That was an atom. Is it really? Atom is really big. He said, no, that's something smaller than that. Let Akshay find it. I made my point here, and I can go on and on. Agar I got one idea, here I am, and there is this molecule has an atom, and atom has a nucleus, and the electron goes around it. You are just giving me facts. Where is the story? Now, in my story, how many actors do I have, sir? Anybody? At least 3. And the mom, the microscope, the other fellow, all three have similar names. Do you think Kilan? No. Is there action? Yes. Is going up? Is there humor? Little bit. Is it become fat? Fat. Listen, mom, I'm eating the same thing that you are eating. Now, if you are in this habit of jaldabazi, of explaining things to other people, you miss this beauty of storytelling. You miss this beauty of putting that ant there who is discovering the joy of a molecule or an atom. And that is where public speaking is little different from other things, where your primary aim is to entertain the audience and then to teach. That also happens to be the aim of teaching. When I come here and I start drawing Mendeleev's periodic table, how many of you know this word? Mendeleev's periodic table? Okay. So when I start drawing Mendeleev's periodic table and as soon as I get the chart, that is exactly the moment you go to sleep. And then you say, do you remember the story about the noble gases? They were not discovered. Do you know this? Yeah. So now let's use this right. Let's say the full thing again, and can we try to put a little bit more of perspective? Can I put a little bit of story? Can I put a little bit of adjectives? Can I put a little bit of emotion? I am saying this again and we'll do this again. अभी तक she is only repeating facts अगर आपको समझ में आए। वो केवल हमें तथ्य बता रही है, लेकिन उस तथ्य में भी जान नहीं है। आप समझ रहे हैं मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? उसमें एक इमोशन होना है। So let's start with an emotion. When somebody you went to the garden with whom?
With my grandparents.
Okay. So what is the primary emotion when you start with?
My love for my grandparents.
Love for your grandparents. Anything else? When you go for this different, I can just ask you. No, that. So, what is the emotion when you go with your grandparents to the garden?
Affection.
Huh? Affection. Care. Excitement. Huh? Happiness, excitement. What about boredom? Now boredom is not correct. हो सकता है boredom आपके लिए सही नहीं है, लेकिन हम ये चाहते हैं कि आप boredom से शुरू करो, और excitement तक लेके जाओ। आप समझ रहे हैं क्या? Your personality
I went to the garden with my grandparents
last week. Okay? Last week was Thursday. No, last week, Wednesday I remember, was the day it was Dharen. Everybody was out. There were only 2 people inside the house.
My grandma and my grandma.
Both of them were equally bored. अब आगे, my grandma, मेरी नानी जो भी है, उन्होंने टीवी का चैनल बदल के बोर हो गई और मैं अपनी किताबें पलट के बोर हो गई.
My grandma was tired of switching channels on her television and I was bored by going through books.
You come here. It was last Wednesday, 3:30 p.m. in the afternoon. It was the chef. I asked one of you to come. Yes. Okay? अब मैंने क्या किया? Please answer. Now you do what I did. पिछले हफ्ते 3:30 बजे दशहरे का दिन था. घर में केवल 2 ही लोग थे. एक मैं और एक मेरी नानी. वो टीवी का चैनल बदल के बोर हो गई और मैं किताबें बदल के बोर हो गई. उन्होंने मेरी तरफ देखा, मैंने उनकी तरफ देखा. उन्होंने मेरे को इशारा किया, मैंने कहा नहीं. उन्होंने मेरी तरफ इशारा किया, मैंने कहा नहीं. लेकिन अल्टीमेटली शी विंस. मेरे को गार्डन जाना ही पड़ा. Can you say this, man?
Yes.
Yeah. Slowly. जायका लेके. Again, दशहरे का दिन था, 3:30 बजे थे. वो चैनल बदल के बोर हो गई. मैं बुक पढ़ने का नाटक करते हुए बोर हो गई. Can we start this? Yes.
She turned towards me in looking for going with her to the park, but I said no because I was busy watching TV. And she asked me if I could join her. And ultimately, she won that conversation between us, and we have to go with her.
What do you plan to do this? And any of the boys wants to come, try to bring मैं तुम्हारे साथ हूँ. आजा. हाँ. Yes, ma'am.
It was the day of Dharen and it was 3:30 in the afternoon. My grandma was bored switching the channels on her TV and I was equally bored turning the pages of my book. She looked at me with a wish to go to the garden. Everybody was out, we were all alone inside.
Happy? No. Okay, just please clap for her. अब आप सोचोगे नहीं अब कुछ नया टॉपिक करो क्योंकि तुम्हारे दिमाग में ना वो प्रॉब्लम है कि अब नया टॉपिक पहले ये तो कर लो. And I'm already conveying a few things. First, bring the story like I put the ad. Last week I went to the park with my grandmom. Is the first line of a class 5 essay. Class 5 essay. It was 3:30 in the afternoon. Dharen. Nobody at all. The school gave me a chutti, of course. That is one day when I'm totally bored. Going to school is one of the most entertaining activities that I have. Maybe that means I have a boring life. But let me come back. It was 3:30 in the afternoon. Guess what I was doing? Instagram? No. My mom went away with the phone. Cooking? I don't know how to cook. Hungry? Always. जब तक ये भूमिका नहीं पालोगे, जब मैं वहाँ पे गाड़ी में बच्चे खेल रहे थे और एक झूला था. अच्छा लेकिन सबने वहाँ पे एक नई चीज हुई थी. झूला टूट गया. बच्चा गिर गया. वाओ. नो. भूमिका नहीं था. What do you think I was doing? As soon as what do you think I was doing? I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. वो तुमको ऐसे लगता है कि अगर मैं बेहोश ना हूँ तो तुम मेरे को ले जा सकते हो. As soon as what do you think I was doing? And I look at him. You see, यार मेरे को पूछेगा. What do you think I was doing? लेकिन ऐसा करने का नहीं, धमकी देके छोड़ देने का, जैसे अभी एक को छोड़। What do you think I was doing? What? Hush, this guy is happy. Your teachers do it all the time, but they do it subconsciously. What do you think I was doing? Instagram? Nah. My mom took the phone away. Like yours did. तेरी मम्मी को ऐसे लेकिन आपको अगर जल्दबाजी है कि जल्दी से मार लो वापस, क्योंकि मुझे नया देखना है। ये YouTube का चैनल और रील्स देख देख के प्रॉब्लम ये होगी, not putting a story, sir. Let's try this. And I'm still at the garden, okay? I'm not even trying to fight the word war. Yes.
Do I have to speak about the scene at the garden?
Yes.
So, last week on the day of Dashera, I and my parents went to the garden near my home. We were so bored at home, so everyone else in the house had their own plans and they were out, but I and my parents had no work to do, so we went to spend some leisure time. I went to spend some leisure.
When everybody was having a agenda, so now let us put some spice into the agenda, है ना? मैं फिर से बोल रहा हूँ. Nobody here wants to know about your day at the garden. सबसे बड़ी बात ये है, nobody wants to know a day at the garden. But everybody wants to be entertained. Everybody wants to laugh. Everybody wants to feel good. Yes, no? So what is your mom's agenda? What is it? No, I'm okay. What is it? Am I? Okay. Everything okay? Okay. So, what is your mom's agenda? Huh?
Mom's agenda?
Wait a minute. What should be the mom's agenda? Huh? Shopping.
I and my parents were at home, others had their own plans.
Others had their own agenda, of course. अब आप उसमें थोड़ा स्पाइस डाल सकते हैं.
My brother had to go to a birthday party.
Yes. Now can you उसमें थोड़ा स्पाइस डाल सकते हो? Fourth birthday party in this whole year. In this whole month.
He was not invited to the party, but still he went.
Now you started again. Now I know. What's your brother's name? Say Mandeep. Mandeep, the eternal gate crasher, was invited for the 6th birthday party of October. Something like that. Can we start again?
So last week on the day of Dashera, I and my parents were at home alone. Everyone else in the house had their own plans. My brother, he became a gate crasher as he was not invited to a party, but still he went there. And my grandparents were out with some of their cousins or old acquaintances, and so we decided to use our time and spend some time in the garden. We could have gone on the car, but we decided to take a stroll that day. We went there, and on the entrance, we noticed that there was we can say that it was the condition was with us that there was not much crowd there.
Okay, wait. While I'm sitting here, trying to see what he is doing, मुझे एक चीज अभी भी क्लियर नहीं हो रही कि ये जो जा रहा है उसके साथ कितने लोग हैं, हमें नहीं समझ में आ रहा. You know what I'm saying? उसके साथ क्या 3 लोग हैं, 4 लोग हैं, मम्मी है या नानी है, वो अभी तक क्लियर नहीं है. So now say that again.
I and my parents went to the garden.
Oh, both of them.
Yes.
Okay. Can you give some humor? If there is no humor, there is nothing left in life. Yes. Lion from the zoo escaped. No. जब ये और उसके मम्मी डैडी रुको.
We saw a pani puri wala on the way, but my mom extended the Navratri fast to Dashera and I couldn't have that.
Okay, you couldn't. So while you were walking towards the garden, अभी तो वो बहुत बड़ा important scene है यार. How many times did you go for a walk with your mom, dad in the past 10 years? Never. Unless you are very आज्ञाकारी. अब मैं इसमें अभी भी रुको. जब हम छोटे थे, रुको सुनो. जब हम छोटे थे और जब आप वॉक पे जाते थे, तब कैसे जाते थे? उंगली पकड़ के. एग्जैक्टली. उसको मत देखो, तुम भी वैसी थे. अच्छा, बच्चा कहाँ पे होता है? बीच में. और मम्मी पापा के ऐसे उंगली पकड़ के जाता है. राइट? मैं बोला था ना छोटी. राइट? So now, what's your name, sir? Arjun. So Arjun will say now, कि I went with my mom dad to the garden, लेकिन इस गलतफहमी में होता है कि दोनों उंगली पकड़ के मैं चल रहा था. मैं उन दोनों से लंबा. Can you say this in a way that you are also interested? So we walked to the garden. वहाँ से आपने शुरू किया. अब आपको ह्यूमर यहाँ डालना है कि बॉस मैं उंगली पकड़े नहीं चल रहा था. इस गलतफहमी मत रहना. मैं उन दोनों से लंबा हूँ. हाँ.
So as we were walking towards the garden, my mother always insists me to hold her hand. But now let me tell you that I am here and my mother is here. So I would like to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
And because I'm taller than them, don't forget I can see their golden heads and grey hair.
Yeah. So this is better. So while I am walking, we were in a descending order where I am the tallest and my dad is little shorter than me. And I say shorter than me and you smile. जब तो मैं पापा से बड़ा. Dad is little shorter than me and my mom of course has the shortest height. So we were in a descending order, all walking. And the best part is we were walking together. Now we did not know which topic to begin. The garden is approaching, and I am thinking my father will ask, physics में कितने marks हैं? The only reason that parents talk to us is to understand how many marks I got. And I am going to the garden, and my mom says, जब तुम छोटे थे ना, तब इसी garden में आते थे, बहुत दिन के बाद आते हैं. Right? Just say this and go. Just say the entire thing and go. Then we'll change this. So starting with that, and then go.
As we were alone, my father grabbed the opportunity and he inquired for my marks. He inquired for my marks. I did avoid this topic but couldn't do that time. So I had to tell him. I had to tell him.
Okay, can I put
Spicy.
आपने पापा से पूछा ना आपको शॉर्ट इंजन इक्वेशन पता है? आप शॉर्ट इंजन इक्वेशन पूछा ना आपको? पापा ओके व्हाट इज Marconi, what is that? 6.02. I've got no something. You remember I've got right?
My father had went with me, had gone to me. My father was with me at the parents teacher meet, but my mother was not there. So he forcefully asked me that topic again and again so that my mother could also know about my marks, which were that I was just passed.
Okay, now I'll finish this, then I'll conclude, then you think of humor, you think of a story, you think of emotion. You think of emotion. Nobody wants to know your critical regard, but everybody wants to laugh. And everybody wants entertainment. और नखून छुपा छुपा के. It was Dashera, 3:30 in the afternoon. My gate crasher brother was invited to the fifth birthday party of the month. Why is he so popular? And me alone and my mom died. Quiet in the house. Suddenly, my mom has a brilliant idea. My mom always gets brilliant ideas when she's not invited to a kitty party. It was Dashera. My father कौन सा रावण चलेगा? On TV. Such a sad life. And then it got sadder. When my mom said, let's go to the garden. I was anyway trying to understand Avogadro's number. Abhi Avogadro's number, abhi I don't know. I was trying to look Avogadro's number. I said, wow, going to the garden with my mom and dad is better than chemistry. Or not. Or not. ये जो है ना, ये मैंने इसको थोड़ा सा ट्विस्ट किया. यार केमिस्ट्री अच्छा है कि मॉम डैड के साथ गार्डन जाना? जस्ट आस्किंग यू, आपको क्या अच्छा लगा? मॉम डैड के साथ गार्डन जाना है बेटर. ओके, देन यू स्टिल लव. My son will say it's better. So then we started slowly walking to the garden because this is public. Because this is public, you don't have to stand in a place, right? So we walk slowly in the garden. And for those of you who are thinking that I was holding their fingers, walking in the middle, you are mistaken. Did you see what I did? I am walking to the garden because हम लोग यहाँ पे ऐसे नहीं कर रहे, हम लोग यहाँ पे स्टोरी बता रहे हैं. तो स्टोरी आपके दिमाग तक पहुँचे या आपके दिल तक पहुँचे, उसके लिए मुझे कुछ करना पड़ेगा. So I am going and I am saying, as we walk to the garden, और अचानक मैं तुम्हारे बात कर रहा हूँ, तुम्हारी बात कर रहा हूँ. अब आप ऐसे ना समझो कि मैं बीच में चल रहा हूँ, मम्मी पापा मेरी उंगली पकड़ के चल रहे हैं कि बेटा रोड मत क्रॉस करो, गाड़ी आ रही है. ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ. So as I am walking to the garden, and you know, if for those of you who are thinking about their hands, none of that happened. In fact, I'm taller than most of them, so I could walk and I could look right, and I could see my hand off. My dad who is about maybe 6 inches shorter than me, and my mom which is 1 foot shorter than him, and we reached the garden, and my mom said, जब तुम छोटे थे तब इधर ही आते. It was this old garden. कैसा था? Old garden. I now started to put adjectives. I started to put colors. There was this old garden where the grass has never been cut. We went inside and we sat in the park and I looked at the jhula. And my mom didn't have to tell me. आपने देखा ना मेरी स्पीड स्लो हुई? आपको समझ में आ रहा है कि अभी इमोशनल होने वाला है ना? क्योंकि ह्यूमर खत्म हो गया. I went and sat in the garden on the bench and I saw this grass which is never cut, and I saw water everywhere, and just sitting there quietly looking at the jhula. My mom didn't have to remind me that this was the jhula where I used to come and play. अब 1 मिनट में सीन चेंज करना पड़ेगा बेटा वापस. This was the jhula where I came with my sister when we were young. But my sister is graduated. She is working for Amazon in Seattle. She never comes because of COVID. I have not seen my sister for the past 4 years. This was the same jhula we used to play. And I am sitting next to my mom and dad, and I look at my mom, and I suddenly see something which I have never seen. My mom has white hair. The last time I came to this jhula, my mom was young, my father was dead, and now my parents are middle-aged, and I am grown up. And my successful sister is working in Amazon in Seattle, halfway across the globe. I remember, and now again I need the data. If you understand what happened right now, and did you feel the emotion? Did you suddenly feel कि ये तो शुरुआत तो मजाक से हुई थी, और जैसे ही वहाँ पे बैठा उसने 2-3 चीज़ कर दी, फैमिली बॉन्डिंग ले आया उसको. You know what I'm saying? ये आप ऐसे नहीं कर सकते. मैं वहाँ गया, मैंने मम्मी को देखा, मम्मी के सफेद बाल. Last time जब मैं मम्मी के साथ आया था, she was young. My mom is good. मैंने घर में किचन में कभी देखा ही नहीं. You know? Okay, please. Thank you. Please start.
begin from the start. I missed my sister very much.
No. Start from the beginning.
From the very beginning.
Yeah.
It was 3:30 p.m. on a sunny afternoon. It was the day of the Shera last week. Everybody was enjoying themselves. Everybody had plans. I was stuck alone at my home, going through pages of chemistry textbook. How boring it was. My mom too was busy and bored switching channels on her television. Anupama का timing change हो गया है. But then she looked at me, she looked at my father, and we decided to go to the park. What better way to enjoy the festival of Dhiren?
No. So there is no spice. Suddenly my mom, yes. Please come. Anything which has no spice doesn't work.
So it was a day of the Shera, 3 p.m. and my brother was busy attending the 6th party in the month he wasn't invited to. So, oh what a timing. My parents were just leaving for a romantic garden walk, and I asked them if I could join, and I knew I was being kind of obsessive in my life, but I was used to it. I loved doing that. So we were walking in the garden, yes, and I was between them holding both of their hands, because okay, I like being the kid, and always there being the third wheel. Yes, always being the third wheel. But as we were walking, and as we were walking, I was looking at them and I realized how their life, or I don't know how much of the time of their life they spent on grooming me, on me actually, and I knew nothing about their childhood. I knew nothing about their pain, their life story. The times they spent with their parents, the times they went to the park with their parents.
Okay, it's making sense. But as long as you understand कि जो आप बोल रहे हो जो आप बोल सकते हो उसके बीच का अगर आपको गैप का एहसास होता है कि I can make this better, I can make this entertaining. Entertaining doesn't mean people always have to laugh. In fact, the best thing is you start with laughter and you end with sadness, and you again start with laughter again. Okay? As long as you understand, okay, can I make this better? Yes. How could I, for example, how could I say, after we once about the third thing? Yeah. So you could put it that, was I holding the fingers and walking? Kind of. Now, again, slow. Kind of. I didn't really hold their fingers, but I was protected by their presence and walking in between. Protected by their presence. यहाँ पे मेरे कुछ words लिखे हैं. After both of them go, I'll just explain. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
So we entered the park and we sat on a bench, and we could see a swing. My mom did not have to remind me that I had swung there about 1,000 times, how I had fallen off that swing when my sister pushed me. But now my sister's away. She's not here anymore. She's not dead. She's just gone to study abroad. She has been away for 4 years, and I miss her very much. There was beauty in this melancholy. I felt love, but I missed them. I was with them, but I missed them in their presence. It's strange. At times we miss people when we're with them. Thinking about the future, thinking about the past, we remember them, we miss them, but they're right there. And I hope you can understand someday that when someone is right in front of you, when someone is present with you, you gotta enjoy every moment. You gotta feel every second of it. You gotta make them feel important because you don't know when they did the last time.
Okay, please, all of you, both of you sit down and please clap. Yes, all of you, you can just come and say whatever you said to me. Anybody? Otherwise, I'll come. कितना हुआ मैं थोड़ा सा बताऊँ. Just help me. Oh yeah. मतलब just revise whatever you've done today. Any? Everything. Starting from being in a hurry. If you are not going to do it, then Bharat will do it. None of you. Sir, please come. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes. You should have just straight looked into my eyes. I would not have picked you up. But if you avoid my eyes, the teachers know. And you should know this. The teachers know. If you avoid, you are done. कुत्ता तो समझ जैसे आता है तो मैं ऐसे करूँ. मैं आपको कभी भी You don't want to be picked? Look down. कि मेरे को मत देखना. You are wrong. If you don't want to be picked, show eagerness. No? Yes. What is go? What have you done?
Last week we
नहीं अरे बहुत गाढ़ा हो गया.
so means the spices in the story how we should make sentences. Means like not now we are now like grown up so we don't have to make simple sentence like we went to garden we have to add more spices. More means the sentence which make us our speech attractive.
Very nice. Yes.
Which
And the clothing should be the clothing should be of emotion. And what are the emotions that we studied till now? The first one, humor. Oh, उसको आप emotion को कभी करो. But one of the very important thing is humor. The second, sadness. We did sadness, and so we did humor, we did sadness, and we did spice. We did spice in our narration, and we tried to tell the story in a way so that people will get the big picture, right? That's what we did. Next up. Now I'll count 2-3 people more. Abhi just come somebody other than pick you and उसमें time waste होता है. Just 2 girls from here. I'll give you a topic straight away. Quick. You come. Anybody else? Okay. But I'll give you a topic right now. Is that okay? So you'll have to think about it. Anybody wants to give us a topic? Because the boys can only give us a topic. They cannot volunteer themselves. ऐसे नहीं. Give us a topic. Quick. Yes. Can't hear it.
theater with my brother.
Went to a theater with my brother. Okay. Anything else? Huh? Yes. Cooking with your mom. Yeah, cooking with your mom is a better one. But yes. What name is our dog?
Explaining my parents that he's just a friend.
Which standard are you in? Which standard are you in? What did he say? Oh, that's a dangerous place. Yes. Stop. Okay, there you are. So, one is when I don't feel sleepy at night. Okay, that's a good one. And then, huh? No, okay. When I don't feel sleepy and somebody said, oh, dog, no, and cooking with mom. So when I don't feel sleepy, I'm cooking with mom. Okay? Now, before we go ahead, imagine the scene in your mind. Think of the quirky things that you do. Think of things which people have not imagined. मम्मी ने गलती की. ये अभी तक सोचा नहीं है. And always remember these 2-3 things. इसी तरह ध्यान रखना, in public speaking this is very important. Perspective means I give you a sentence which is normally not written in the essay, but written in public speaking. I was staying in a small bungalow, a small perspective. I was staying in a small old-fashioned bungalow, and now we moved to a spacious house next to the river. We moved to a spacious house next to the river in perspective. जब सामने वाला सुन रहा है तो आपको दिमाग में आना चाहिए ये छोटे बंगलों में रह रहा था, अब ये spacious house में है with next to the river on the 7th floor. Public speech में ये बहुत important है perspective. उसके बाद ये adjectives. I was happy, I was sad, I was miserable. These two things are extremely important in public speaking. Now I am giving them two topics. You want to go out and prepare, or you do it like that? You will start straight. Right. So one of them has to say a day of cooking with mom, and the other one is when I don't feel sleepy at night. Once that is done, then I can give you one or two examples of stories that I have heard when we take part in the readers, and how people have given some speeches which were surprising even to me. Yes, please go on.
It was a Sunday morning.
No, which one is the topic?
Cooking with my mom.
The other person is
Yes. It was a Sunday morning. I had planned to hit the gym right at 6 a.m. But as usual, being a Sunday, I was lying on my bed like a couch potato, as if I had no goals in life. Suddenly, I hear a shout coming from outside. And that is none other than my mom. She is shouting on me, "Why don't you get up? Such a lazy ass. You don't do anything, this and that and whatnot." I thought of just closing the door and getting under my blanket to get back into my land of dreams. But no, do you think that was something that could have happened? That too in a typical Indian household? Never. She barged right into my room and she was like, "If you don't get up in 5 minutes, you will have to prepare your lunch yourself." I was quite determined to not get up that day. I thought, let's make it fun. Let's see where this leads to. So, I also said, "Mom, every Sunday you give me this scolding. But today let's do something different. Let's think I won't get out of this bed until, let's say 11 a.m. Right, that is the maximum I can go in my house, not later than that." So I slept into my bed till 11 a.m. I got out and all I see is a red, angry face of my mom. And actually she hasn't prepared food. So eventually I take a deep breath and I try to analyze that, okay, I will have to deal with this. And I made a grave mistake not getting up early. Eventually, she asked me that whether I'll help her or not. I had no option. She asked me a question with the answer and yes, and I had to say yes to her. I said, "Definitely I'll help you." So I went into the kitchen with her. She said that we'll make dosa today. And I was like, okay, that is another difficult task for me.
So,
okay. One is don't make it a habit of starting with so. I'm just telling you. Even I do it, but.
now I felt the longest journey in my life was from my bed to the kitchen, because working with an expert is always very hard. So I walked slowly and she was like, let's try something, you will learn something.
Or maybe-
Future में क्या करोगी?
Or maybe you can just say that I have a condition. If I will cook, you will eat. The same thing. जो आपने बोला ना, if I cook, you will eat. Okay?
So I went slowly to my mom and said, I'll go, but there's a condition. You will have to eat. She said, okay, but if I fell ill, you will have to take me to hospital.
Okay, we can always have chili. Save our life. Just as, so you can put this little thing. Okay, go ahead.
Then I went. So, I went to the kitchen and I truly don't know anything about it, how to make a dosa. So I just went to the storeroom and said, which row, which container? She said, second row, first container. I was like, okay, but from which side?
Correct, very nice.
So she was like, you just leave it, I am coming and take it. Just stand in the corner. I said, so why did you told me to get up? You are not letting me do anything. She said, okay, do whatever you want to. I went. Now I look at the flour and maida, atta and maida. I thought they are the same. I asked my mom, will it make any difference if I use atta in making dosa? She was like, okay, but don't you think that you should know this much? What you should? Okay, I told, okay, I'm getting the second container, I don't know what it is. I took a bowl and I just put the ingredients in it. Then the batter was ready. She did it all. She didn't let me touch it. But when she told that it's the pen, so I was like, okay, now what I have to do? She told us to took the batter and roll it on the pen. Okay, so I am an account student. Of course, a commerce student, and I only know how to draw lines.
How to?
How to draw lines.
How to
Draw a ledger, journal. I tried. I took a spoon and I just draw 4 lines. And she was like, what are you doing? Have you seen this dosa earlier? I told, okay. So she said, I told, so what I have to do? She was like, make a solar system. You will get it. I tried it and the first dosa, you can't believe, it was round. I was so happy I was on the 7th sky. Wow, I did it. But, you know what the Instagram is, right? Everyone here knows what Instagram is. The dosa was ready and I was just scrolling. Scrolling. There were good reels. Actually, good reels for nahi hoti hai. But good posts and all. So I just visited that. My mom just went out for some time and when she came back, she saw my dosa was even better than the pen.
Okay, now just stop. What's your name? Ananta. The problem with, and I don't know if you detected it, of course, a brave effort. But somewhere in between, if you got to understand that now she doesn't know how to come out of it. You know what I'm saying? She's into the dosa, and it was I say it was a brave attempt because then she draw these lines and she somehow tried to squiggle out. Right? So that is where you need to use a little bit of your creativity, little bit of your imagination. And this is not a science experiment where the dosa has to come. You see, you put more emotion. How can you put more variety into this? Maybe your brother does. Maybe your brother does. Maybe it was the purest thing of your trying to escape. आपने किसी न किसी बहाने बाहर जाने की कोशिश की. Maybe your mom taught you other things except the cooking. Cleaning the kitchen and other things. And that's when you understood that in cooking, it's not just the cooking, the organization. So there are two things which you could do. So anyway, but please clap for her. I will finish it. I'm sorry, you wanted to have an ending and did I disturb? Okay, fine. Yeah. You want to finish it? Okay. and I'll give you the mic, and I'll give you various situations. But you can start with that. Can you just pass the mic? There's a second. Can we have mic? Yeah. So first you do this with me, and then I will do it. Just give the mic. You give me a situation. You give me a situation, and I will think of various masala or various things which I can do. Can I have a voice standing here, please? Anybody from the ninth row? Yeah, please come. Just help me with the mic so that ma'am can sit. You just be a volunteer. Thank you very much. And you have a black label on it. What does it say? Head boy. Nice. Nice. Yes. So just help me pass the mic. Is that okay? Yeah, sometimes the head boy also has to be assistant. Yes. Give me any topic and I try to think of what things can be said. And then we do the same thing with these people. Yes. Let's start with it.
Going to PTM with your parents.
Yeah. When I was in school, you see, these are those things which people know, but they don't say. And when you say things which people are not used to it, then people collect exactly. For me, going to PTM meant only one thing. Soma Sarkar was the girl I liked. I was thinking that Soma will come with all that. और सोमा के साथ एक जल्दी लगी ठीक है हमारे यहाँ पीटीएम में ऐसा होता है हम जाते हैं हमारे पापा के साथ और इतने में सोमा would come and then Shelja would come or somebody else would come. You know what I'm saying? So going to PTM, the biggest problem. So if you ask me going to PTM, I don't want my marks. I am looking at my dad's mood. But my bigger problem is, will Soma come now or has she already left? So when I go to the PTM, when I go to the table, I look at all the report cards and oh my god, Soma's report card is missing. I think she's already gone. If you know what I'm saying, पता नहीं था भी ऐसा होता है कि हमारे समय में ऐसा होता था. At least that's what I used to go through. My bigger problem was not 1990 maths. That I have dealt with. My bigger problem was Dhiren song. I mean, there is nobody but can only the name. Yes. So going to parents with PTM. Does anybody else have a view? Yes. So can just take the next step.
Do I have to speak on this or?
Yes, you could, but don't have to start. Absolutely.
Okay, sir. Sir, going to PTM with my parents was much exciting for me till standard 10 because I know whatever good I will do, the teachers will speak good for me, but I know my father. He was always scold me in front of the teachers. He will always criticize for whatever the things I'll do. And the biggest complaint of mine that he'll make to teachers is that he never listened to his mother. Though I taught in many subjects in class, he didn't care for them.
Okay. Can I again put this back into the whole thing? Again, try to put some humor into this. अब पता नहीं आपके ऐसा हुआ कि नहीं मैं तेरे सामने बता आपके ऐसा हुआ कि parent teachers meeting is that one place where you don't have anything to speak. It's the mom and the parents both talking to each other and both are talking big philosophy of the status of the education and can you hear me? ये वो चीजें जो मैं बोलता है parent teacher meeting is that place where I don't have to do anything. The mom and the dad are bonding with each other where both are saying that the kids are in a bad place. Is it right? The kids are in a bad place and the parents are
Jani, come here.
And if you want to come here, I'll go there. So sitting in a train with an old man, somebody else wants to give me. Yes? Okay, a man who has lost 8 wickets, a batsman who has lost 8 wickets, he's stepping up on the crease. He's stepping up on the crease. The team has lost 8 wickets, stepping up to the crease. What are his thoughts? A batsman walking 8 wickets down, stepping to the crease. What are his thoughts?
Let he be loose.
Or
The fear.
जब आप ऐसे जा रहे हो तो क्या सोच रहे हो? हाँ? अब मेरी बारी है। और इज्जत का सवाल है। सीखे रहना। हाँ? मैं छक्का मारूंगा। हाँ? Okay, wait. No, that's okay. And this, please come. When a man is walking up the crease and 8 wickets are down, somebody says team ko bachana hai, which is good. Somebody is saying, मैं तो जाते ही छक्का मार दूंगा. That's good. Somebody's mom is telling him कि तेरा glory पाने का यही मौका है. You know, he's 8 wickets are down. He's number 7 is number 8. Walking to the crease and the team is about to lose. सब कुछ तेरे कंधे पे है. He's walking in, and then when he puts the bat on the crease, and he says, "Actually, मेरे को आता ही नहीं." And suddenly he thinks, मैं तो bowler हूँ. And suddenly he thinks, जब वही लोग कुछ नहीं कर पाए तो मैं क्या करूँ? And then suddenly he feels relief कि जिन लोगों को मैं अपना उससे तो कुछ किया नहीं. अब मुझसे होगा तो करूँगा. या वो ये सोच रहा है कि मैं दूसरे को बोल के आया, मैं जल्दी आ रहा हूँ. You see, so there are all these. Yes, sir, please come on. Sitting in a train with an old man. Good topic. I'm just looking at the quirky stuff. Yes.
Well, there are some times when I feel that my life should have those pulls which I'm afraid of. Like this one time. 1 month later, my pre-board was approaching. As you all know, in 10th pressure is there. My parents are continuously telling me, you have to study, or we'll send you to a boarding school. I studied. Then suddenly my phone rang. It was my distant sister. The sister whom I had talked only on her wedding ceremony. She's there. She's telling that congratulations. I have a daughter now and you have to attend his Namkaran ceremony. I was like, oh my God. Well, to let you know about myself, I'm not a quite people person. I feel shy when I'm around people. But here, to get apart from that pressure of examination, I decided to board the next day to Kanpur. Well, Kanpur people, very sweet. Very, very sweet. Means you don't know them. They don't know you. But still, Namaskar. Kanpur ki kachoriya khao. I was like, oh my God. OMG. If I were to marry a girl, it would be from Kanpur only. Now, I'm in this train. My next partner, or my passenger seat, there was one old guy. Well, as I've already committed the statement that I'm not a people person, I'm especially distant from those old ones. I mean, this was a time when I think कैसे भी हो छो. So she said, OMG. अकेले ट्रेन में नानी को बताया. I was like, no, my sister called to me. I have to listen to my sister. She sends me Rakhi every year. So mom said, okay, but come there, don't talk to anyone, especially not strangers. If they give you food, say no to them. No. So I said no to the old man who was offering me a kanpuri kachori. Then suddenly this man arose and started that next day Antakshari. I am not a very good established singer. I miss at times. Officer, I don't know even what is it. So I said, okay, let's do two and the border between us. The first few phrases was very good. We were singing Mere Mehboob. We were singing all the old 90s, 80s songs, which I was even very fond of. Then suddenly this new topic came very unknown to me. It was about, guess it. What would an old man tell you when he is with? Respect your grandparents. Oh, well, my grandfather is dead. I don't talk to my grandmother sometimes. So I was not very sure about this topic of what to tell him or what to not. Then he says that in Bachpan, my grandsons, granddaughters were very fond of me. They come to me and say, Dadaji, chocolate khani. I used to give them paise. But now, I am going to them and say, please keep me at your house, I want to be with you sometime. They say, no, we have a family. So I am like, what will I do with them? Don't I have any, privacy? Oh sorry, privacy is a very new term to this Indian classic culture.
Okay, just have some less movement so I can pay attention to whatever he's doing. And you are going perfect as far as the narration is going. But again, if you feel he needs to again get out of this, he has to find a window. And you should always have the window before you start the speech in your mind. Now, what is ultimately this story is going to head somewhere? And where is it going to head?
When the train stops at the
Okay. So now two things are happening. One is physically the journey will end. And second, the journey of his thoughts will end. What is the journey of his thoughts? Can you take the mic to one of the girls? How can this story end? Yeah, there is a girl putting her hand here, this side. Yes, ma'am. We'll give you the mic.
There might be a plot twist of something like the old stranger to be a relative of him, who was also invited to the baby shower.
Yeah, so that's a.
I was thinking that he might be the little baby's grandfather.
Yeah, in all of this, you see, why do we love songs? In 3 minutes, they give you something which is a lesson to teach. So, staying with an old man, you always start with humor, but you end with a lesson. And probably the lesson could be sad, if you're listening to me. The lesson could be sad. In the end, you can make it sad. How do you make it sad? You can make it sad by reducing the flow. Okay? Maybe I'll take please sit down. Give me the mic. I'll take a shot at it and you also please sit down. Do I have 10 minutes or should we stop? Yeah.
So now, first thing is that whenever there is public speaking happening, and speaking is going to happen all the time. One, nobody wants to know your mind. That will only happen when you are working in an organization. When the principal speaks to the teachers, that's her mind talking to the teachers. And that also, I mean, I don't know if it's how it's here, but here, if beyond the point, even in my own office, if I speak to my juniors,
After some time, they start judging me on my behavior rather than my thoughts. So nobody wants to know your thoughts right now. But everybody is interested in the emotion that you can convey to the other person. And that emotion is conveyed only by stories. Do you get it? That story has to move forward. You come here thinking, end में मैं ये बोलूँगा, end में मैं ये बोलूँगा कि अभी तक बच्चे माँ बाप को बच्चे इनको खोजते थे, अब ये अपने बच्चों को खोज रहे हैं. That's going to be my last thing. Does it represent your point of view? No. I still stay with my dad. But I create a story where I'm going on a train. यहाँ आते टाइम मैं सोच रहा हूँ, I'm going on a train. मैं end में ये बोलने वाला हूँ कि ये अपने बच्चों के पास जा रहा है. क्योंकि मियाँ बीवी दोनों काम करते हैं, बच्चा चौथी कक्षा में है और उनको ध्यान रखने वाला कोई है. Suppose अपने ये सोचें, जरूरी नहीं कि आपको ये सोचना है, बट एंड में ये ले जाना, लेकिन शुरुआत ह्यूमर से करनी है. That thing about your mom saying don't talk to anybody was great. What would be better is that this whole stage is yours. This whole stage is yours. So when you're trying to make a point and you're standing here, nobody says you stand here. You can come here, you can walk, you can look at this person, then you turn and you look at the other person. You use your hands to convey emotion. So while I sat in the train, on the right hand side, there sat a man wearing a kurta pajama. That kurta pajama is enough. Wearing a kurta pajama. He didn't shave for the day. You know, old people don't shave every day. So because he didn't shave for the day, I was a little jealous because he had the window seat and I was right here. I had two options. One is this gentleman on the left hand side and a crime kid on the left, on the right hand side. But I was right in between and the phone rang. And it was mom on the other side. And this man could hear what I was talking. And then he became my foster mom and started to advise me on life. You know how it is. The problem with being young is that everybody treats you like an audience and gives you salah on what life should be like. And in those stories, they come with miserable stories and miserable existence that they have had. All the stories that they have accumulated have come because of the bad experiences of their life. ये मैं जानबूझ के धीरे-धीरे बोल रहा हूँ. And I'm walking and I'm looking and I'm trying to tell you कि तुम सुन रहे हो मेरे को, तुम सुन रहे हो ना, तुम भी सुन रहे हो ना. अच्छा तुम तो इधर-उधर भी देख रहे हो. I'm including the audience and I'm walking. And suddenly that man offers me a kachori, which is good, but I can always say that the hand stretched out and the kachori was right under my nose. And I was struggling with my mom's advice and the smell of the kachori. The smell of the kachori won. I tasted it. So this is where you put action into your speech. पहली बात. दूसरी बात, always remember what you are going to tell in the end. Otherwise, of all the experiences that I have had, after 3/4 of the speech, people don't know how to come out of it. If you know the Abhimanyu kind of thing, you know how to get into the chakra. You are entertaining the audience, but sitting here, you are in a difficult position because now I don't know what to speak. Second, always think of whenever you are going to speak, masala आपके पास क्या है? You don't need facts. You don't need facts. Many people confuse us with facts. I'll give you 2 or 3 things in which I was surprised by what students of class 9 and 11 told us. And this is a story I tell very often. I think one of my must have heard. Where we gave a topic. The favorite book I have read. Now I don't know because many of my workshops and all the time I say this story. And once it so happened, I was telling the story of जिस बंदे ने वो चीज लिखी थी वो भी वही थी. The
the topic we gave was the favorite book that you read. And there were 8 participants. एक ने आके पूरा भगवद गीता के श्लोक लड़की ने बोल दिए. I was impressed. Somebody came and said follow the flow or something. I had not read it. I said okay. बहुत कुछ बोल गई. क्या बोल गया? फिर किसी ने आके कुछ बोला, फिर किसी ने आके कुछ बोला, फिर किसी ने आके. And then a guy came. And he stood here. और यानी खड़ा रहा. यहाँ ऐसी जगह खड़ा हो गया. लगा यार as soon as the person stands here, you're thinking like, you start noticing. You start noticing क्या ये बात है. और फिर बंदा चुप. For 10 seconds he spoke nothing. Good. People starting there, what क्या है? भूल गया क्या? This was a well thought act. Because he wants your attention first. Why? The problem खड़ा रहा, चुपचाप देखता रहा. He's not dying to speak. He's struggling to speak. He's struggling to speak. And then he starts as if he's going to give some बहुत बड़े आदमी वाला जैसा. But all these people who have come and somebody spoke of follow. I have not read that book. Somebody spoke about the Bhagavad Gita. I have not read that book. I come from a very, or I say I come from a very studious background. My elder brother went to IIT. What is it? My elder brother went to IIT and my parents have told me that you do whatever you want to do after class 12. I have not read any of the books because my only aim is to get into IIT. But my teacher there, she forced me to take this topic about a favorite book. When the only book I have read is Rustic and Holiday. The only book I have read is Rustic and Holiday. So I'm sorry if I'm disappointing all of you. I don't read books. But sometimes, late in the night, when I'm sitting alone, thinking, now you see I'm coming close to you. I'm building up that anticipation that कुछ होने वाला है. अभी तक sad story है. But now slowly I'm coming to you because I'm using this stage. And now slowly my volume is going up, my speed is going up. And I'm saying sometimes late in the night when I'm looking at the website of IIT Bombay and trying to look at all these JEE papers and advanced papers. Sometimes I think of something. Sometimes I dream of a girl. Sometimes I think of my future at Lhasa. Sometimes I think of becoming a public speaker. Sometimes I think of becoming a knowledgeable man. But I don't know where to share it. And so I go and I write. And I write my thoughts into this piece, into this small little book which somebody gave me. In that book, I write my thoughts. I write my depressions. I write my hopes. And over these past 4 years, every day before going to sleep, I write one page into that little diary. And whenever I'm depressed, whenever I'm feeling loss of hope, the most favorite book that I go to even now is my own diary. Thank you. And for me, this speech, you can ignore them. They paid me to come here. Okay, don't worry about this. If you just look at this speech, उसके पास कोई ज्ञान नहीं है, उसके पास कोई knowledge नहीं है, और end में last 15 seconds he said something which nobody had even thought, and as if he went from that area of the stage till here, and he increased his speed and he increased his passion. हाँ मैं जब आप बोल रहे हैं क्या करूँ, मैं तो पढ़ता रहता हूँ, मेरे को तो IIT जाना है, मेरा भाई IIT काट गया, मुझे बॉम्बे जाना है, और मैं तो पढ़ने नहीं देते हूँ, और धीरे धीरे करके वहाँ तक जाके उसने ये बोल दिया कि मैं अपनी खुद की बुक लिखूँ, right? No knowledge required, but emotion. I'll give you one last thing. and then stop. We gave a topic called a big fat Indian. A big fat Indian. Obviously, we've taken this topic from a big fat Greek wedding. तो ग्रीक वेडिंग इंडियन वेडिंग में भी बहुत ज़्यादा तमाशा होता है, बहुत ज़्यादा पैसा खर्च होता है. तो हम लोगों ने टॉपिक दिया बिग फैट इंडियन and we started and we gave this topic to people. Again, I'm only asking you to think out of the box. Somebody said big fat Indian, of course wedding, लोग आते हैं, कोई ये पहन के आता है, you know, all the humor and the food. And then somebody came and said big fat Indian meant childhood obesity. अब हमने तो सोचा ही नहीं था कि obesity में भी कोई हमने तो big fat Indian टॉपिक किया. Somebody said big fat Indian means obesity, and somebody spoke on this. One girl, I remember that was convent of Jesus in Mary, Baroda. She started the speech with a shlok. We did not know that she thought that the big fat Indian is Lord Ganpati. We never, हम लोग जिसने हमने जब टॉपिक किया हमें नहीं पता था कि कोई ऐसा बोलेगा. A big fat Indian is not Ganpati, and she went with that. We gave one topic. I am an Indian and money is my God. I am an Indian, money is my God. और मैं बोला हाँ पैसे को बहुत ये देते हैं, वो देते हैं. Everybody was saying कि हाँ यार हम पैसे के पीछे पागल हैं. One girl came and in the end she said, have you ever seen a 100 note in a trash can? That's what she said. Have you ever seen a 100 note in a trash can? Of course not. Because I am an Indian and money is my God. And she said, she just went. It was, people were clapping spontaneously. Because she made a counterpoint. Indians को गाली दी, पैसे की भूख पड़ाई, इसमें बोला आप लोगों ने पैसे खर्चा किया, फिर बड़े-बड़े धंधे कर रहे हैं. उसने ऐसा कुछ नहीं. और फिर सीधा बोलिए 100 रुपये नोट कभी देखा? वहाँ पे पढ़ो. नहीं. क्योंकि हमारे लिए ऐसा भगवान है. उसको justify नहीं कर. She just went. My only request to you is, while you are speaking or while you are studying, as you prepare for your speech or even when you prepare for studies, learn to talk to yourself and say ये भी हो सकता है, ऐसा भी हो सकता है, वैसा भी हो सकता है, वैसा भी हो सकता है. The one thing which I say, whether helps you in public speech or in your studies, is to get a whiteboard inside your room and pieces of and pens, and you become your own teacher. You stand in front and you say, okay, today I will teach you Mendeleev's periodic table. Or Avogadro's number 6.023 to the 10 to the power of 23, if I remember right. You stand on the whiteboard, take a pen, and start explaining as if you are explaining to your class. As you speak, your speaking will improve, and आपको खुद समझ में आ जाएगा कि मैं कहाँ फंस गया, कहाँ मुझे समझ गया. Then you go back, look at the book, come back, and then you start again. Then you start again. Because all the teachers here will tell you that teaching is the best way of learning. So please do that. And second, when you want to become a public speaker, also have a small little book, which I tell everybody, have a small little book with a pen and write down daily quotations and daily English words, Hindi words, Sanskrit words, doesn't matter. But write down those words in a separate book. I did that when I was 18, and today that book is really helping me. Thank you very much.